I think it's a joke the way this Zimmerman thing is being discussed. I mean, first of all, everybody jumps onto racism, you haven't been paying attention bullshit. I said in my original video, it's bigotries. To me, it's minor if it happens to be racism. I'll tell you why. You guys are all so obsessed. I'm anti-bigotry to the point where even people's pet peeves look like bigotries to me. Right? And the racism or some other, you just don't get it. I have seen people that don't act racist, that, yeah, would have African American friends and not be racist against them, pull racism out of their ass when it's convenient. You can see it on YouTube. People that have overweight friends and love overweight friends and relatives, and then they'll go, you fat fuck, to somebody. They'll pull that out of their ass. And if they cure themselves of racism, they'll pull some other lame bigotry out of their ass when they think it's convenient to them. Right? So look, I don't believe in the law where we have to use ESP or could use ESP to find out what's inside people's minds and soul to see if what they did was okay or not. Yeah, I understand the potential value of intentionality if and when it could be determined. But see, I do have a means to figure out what's going on in a situation like this. Like, I don't know what George Zimmerman was thinking, but I do know what information he had available. Right? So I know what he saw about Trayvon. So Trayvon was not doing anything suspicious. It turns out he was not armed, was not on drugs at the time. So we know that. We know what Zimmerman saw was a tall, young male in a hoodie walking at 7 at night. So he's either, the thing that's suspicious about that, he's either walking at 7 at night, or being tall, or wearing a hoodie, or being black. Now, frankly, when everybody was going, oh, he's wearing a hoodie, he was trying to look like a thug, you should be more careful. To me, that's a code word for racism, yeah. And again, it doesn't matter which bigotry somebody was going to pull out of their ass, really. This is about vigilantism. This is about go ahead and kill somebody. They turn out innocent, it's like, well, you still had a good reason. But when I see the hoodie, think that yes, that's a racism thing. I don't believe that. I don't believe that a young, tall male, a bigotry against teenagers in general, more likely. This hoodie is a signal. And they're trying to say it's a legitimate signal. But it's just a code word, a dog whistle word. Right? I don't believe, when it all came out in the beginning, they're saying, oh, Zimmerman beat up a cop and his girlfriend, oh, charge was dropped and stuff. And Trayvon Martin was wearing a hoodie. And we go with, ooh, I think that hoodie point might be important. That's irrational. That's extremely irrational. So I have to decide, are you guys this irrational about teenagers walking around at 7 at night? Or is it that he was tall? Or, yeah, we just run out of reasons. But it doesn't really matter. When you're talking about irrational bigotries, it could be the color he was wearing, or the cut of his hair, or he reminded someone of their cousin. Or it could be anything when you go into the irrational. But again, I don't have to get in his head to figure out what I think justice is. I can look at the circumstances. Was there suspicion? Should George Zimmerman have put himself in what became a fatal situation? Trayvon had no way to know that this was a fatal situation other than maybe fear because he was being followed. Zimmerman did. He had a gun. And he provoked this situation on certain grounds that we can see what information Zimmerman had and what the result was. And that's how I would mainly judge a person. Stalk someone, they end up dead. Doesn't matter what pink fairy tales you had about you being a hero during that process. Didn't end up that way.